G'day, Aaron here again, Rustic Traders, Brisbane, Australia. You might have seen the other videos. We had a cyclone coming. We just had a cyclone. Hence the tree down right behind me where we normally do the videos. So a bit of the carnage. Anyway, here to show off another bike that I scored just in the last couple of weeks. What we have is a very interesting one this time. We have a swing bike. So these only ever came out for a really short amount of time. I think they were first patented in 1974. 1975, brought out as a bike. 1978 was their last year. So 1975, 76, 77, 78. 3 or 4 years of trading, and that was it. Pretty hard bike to find. Very hard bike to find cheaply, and very, very desired by collectors, BMX collectors, dragster collectors, or bike collectors. It's also very interesting to ride. I'll show you some of the footage there shortly. But to describe the swing bike system, essentially the seat tube is a second steer tube. You can have the bike locked in like a normal bike. Got a mechanism here that locks it in just like a normal bike. But then if we undo this and release that, you can steer at the back wheel as well as the front wheel. So it really causes some very interesting rides. If you have a loose spring on there, it can throw you. The first time I ever rode one of these, I turned too tightly and it literally just threw me off. It just goes too tight, threw me off. So this one has a date on the bottom bracket of 1978. So it seems like this is probably the last year, that one there. From what I can tell online, this seems to be in all original condition. Right down to the reflectors, the chain guard, which seems bashed, chain guard, bash guard. A lot of people seem to chase that. Must have got bent and thrown away. Lovely head badge on the front there. Got an interesting set of forks here. They look like they would have been road bike forks, where there's a brake bridge about a third the way down of the fork. So obviously these are very specific forks. I guess if you lost the forks, you could run 27-inch forks. You just wouldn't have the brake thing set up there, but these are quite obviously the ones made for it. All the decals are still there. And from what I can tell, this could even be its original tyre. Got this sort of flat tyre on the back there. Original tyre, gumball. Runs a one-piece crank, not a three-piece crank, a one-piece crank, which has a half-inch thread instead of a 9/16 thread. You can see the spring set up here. Spring on either side, held together there with a little love heart looking thing. You can remove the spring if you really wanted to, but I also notice here you've got 3 slots for it to go into. So you could have it even tighter where it is now, or loosen it to make it not as tight. So it's set at the middle right now. Even the seat pole is an interesting one. Juts forward like that. And a sissy bar, banana seat like you'd find on a dragster from the era. So I know this company also brought out a BMX, a normal BMX. I've never seen one, I've never even seen a photo of one, to be honest, but in 1977 they brought out a standard BMX as well. So I'm sure someone out there must have one of those. Anyway, great bike, great find. The only one I've had of these previously is an interesting story. I got it from a tip shop. So a mate of mine rocks up on a Saturday morning, we're chatting away, and he said, oh yeah, I just been to the tip shop. He said, man, you should have seen this weird looking bike they had there. He starts describing it, and I bring up a photo on my phone and said, does it look like that? And he said, that's it, that's exactly it. So I just dropped everything, said to my missus, I'm going to the tip shop. Raced to the tip shop and thought for sure it wasn't going to be there. There it was, 25 bucks at the tip shop. Couldn't believe it. It was painted different colors, like it had been used by a clown or something like that. I sent photos to mates, you know, like, look what I got. And one of them begged me to have it and bought it off me the next day for like 250 bucks, which, you know, I made some money, and really he got a super sweet deal, because these $1,500 to $2,000 is what these sell for. I think, you know, in all original condition is how you're going to get the most money for it. So I know that he repainted the bike and made it look as original as possible and sold it for over $1,000. So he did all right out of that. But there you go. One popped up at a tip shop, 25 bucks. Couldn't believe it. This one cost me a lot more than that, lot more than that. But I will sell it, and it's probably going to be worth, yeah, I'm hoping around the $2,000 mark is what we're going to sell it for. So great bike, great score. If I had an endless amount of room, it'd just stay in my collection. I don't have an endless amount of room, so it's going to go up for sale. I'm going to try ride it. I have ridden it before. I'm going to ride it again, show you a little bit of footage. Enjoy. Stay tuned.